Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's my player picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play.
A beautiful look at downtown. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Allen.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's a product of all the work he's put in down low.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Lance Thomas. Also out there, Joe Harris. LeVert out there with Allen. And it's Chiozza in at the point guard. And for the Hornets, Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Graham in a 2-guard. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Here's Biyombo. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
Allen trying to break free. Thomas, no good. So Rozier will bring it up for Charlotte. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
Yeah, Jay. They had a hard time taking the lid off the basket. Their offense just looked flat.
Here's Chiozza. Miles Bridges picking up that last basket. Here's Allen. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This end of the season awards already being debated. What did it mean to you when you were named All-NBA?
Well, it meant a lot, especially in my era, again, of playing against the best power forwards, I feel, in a group of all time. And so it meant a lot. There's only one power forward position, and so to be on that All-NBA team is something that's more special to me than being an All-Star, because it's not about being the best 12 or 24. It's about being the best 5 in the league. And so those moments were always special, being named the first team in the league.
And like you said, you played in the golden era of the best players ever to play that position.
I tell you what, I think I played in the era where anyone that you would have picked in the power forward from the Western Conference, I couldn't have been upset at over myself, because everyone played in such a dominating fashion. Their teams were winning, and I knew personally how hard it was to guard these guys one-on-one.
Here's Harris following the score by Charlotte. The pass to Allen. Teardrop shot. A rebound by Washington. Hornets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Some nice pass in here by Charlotte. Biyombo, the pass to Washington. Moves back up. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Passes it to Allen. Here's Chiozza. And Thomas has it in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Allen. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. And it's 7 points for Jared Allen.
Shots are just flowing him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Here's Washington, and he slams it one-handed.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
Zeller, he's checked in for the Hornets. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Miles Bridges. Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. Harris's shot is off. Charlotte leading by 3. There's Bacon. A second chance effort. Zeller passes to Bacon. He kicks it to Graham. 5 to shoot. Here's Washington. That one doesn't drop. Excellent D there from Allen. LeVert inside the line. Harris outside. Pass to LeVert. Thomas dishes to Johnson. LeVert the pass to Thomas. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Rozier. 17th in free throw shooting, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And his shooting form at the line has been outstanding. Economical release, fully extends on the follow-through. He can close games for you. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Karuch. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Great pass to set up the lay-in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Temple, defended by Batum. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Pass to Temple. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Crawford. And the 3 off target. Charlotte leading by 6. Rozier with the ball. Here's Batum. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. This one for 3. And Jamal Crawford gets the 3. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Hornets on top, up 3. And the second quarter will be on the way. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Rozier's out there with Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the Hornets 5. Washington, that's good. Washington's got 8 points.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Here's Karuch. He's covered by Zeller. Back to Karuch. The Hornets pull it in. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. Here's Washington, and that one good. 10 points for him.
This is the kind of teammate Batum is. You like seeing him share it like this.
For so long, the Hornets have been a perimeter-oriented team. Chris, now they need to find an impact big man.
Yeah, well, Jay, remember, they did have a couple of good years with Al Jefferson, where he was a force inside. But that was the last time the team made the playoffs. More balance in their attack would do wonders for this offense.
Miles Bridges, he's checked in for Washington. Back to Johnson. Crawford outside. Here's Luwawu. Defended by Bridges. Sinks the triple.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Rozier, the pass to Zeller. No good that time. The Nets go the other way with it. Crawford outside. Back to Temple. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Rozier looking around. The pass to Bacon. Over in the corner, Batum. Bridges inside the three-point line. Here's Zeller. Pass to Bacon. Now, here's Rozier. Over Temple. Zeller. It's good on the putback. Zeller's got his second basket.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Basket good.
And that's why you never stop working in the paint at either end of the floor.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now, here's Rozier. He's coming off a 40-point game against the Heat in Miami. Batum, good. Batum's got his first bucket of the night.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier. Plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Hornets leading by 4. Right wing. Now, here's Bridges. He's tightly guarded. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Just when you look around the NBA, which player most emulates the style and approach that you have? You were special. But so you've got to have a very special category for this one.
Well, thanks, Ken. That's flattering. I like to be in the categories with these guys because I'm such fans of them. But Blake Griffin, when I think about him, and also Joel Embiid, the fact that Embiid can shoot out on the floor, he can space up, but in the post, he likes to go to work as well. I just think he gives you such a mix of offensive moves that you can't stop. And as a defender, you're always worried and on guard and looking over your shoulder because you don't know what he's going to hit you with because he has so many options.
But in my mind, there's only one Chris Webber.
Thanks, man.
Biombo, the pass to Zeller. Batum against LeVert. Batum dishes to Biombo. And then Biombo hit the dunk.
Oh, well, even though Batum is a little bigger of a guy, he runs the pick and roll to perfection. The defense has no clue whether he's going to shoot or pass.
And the foul called on Bismack Biombo. That's his first foul. Charlotte making a switch here. Washington's checked in. Thomas kicks to LeVert. Chioza scanning the floor. Back to LeVert. Out to Harris. Shot clock at 6. Allen. That's Biombo with the rebound.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Bridges passes to Batum. Bridges against Harris. Back to Batum. And it's sent back by Allen. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And so it's Charlotte with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. The biggest lead they were able to get out to during the first. And that does it for our.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And here's Chioza. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 6-point game. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Allen is out there with Thomas. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Harris. And it's Chioza in at the point. Rozier, the pass to Washington. Back to Rozier. Biombo trying to break free. They get it again. Kicks to Bridges. Pass to Rozier. 6 to shoot. He feeds it to Biombo. And it's Biombo with the jam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Oh, Kevin, the coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy buckets like this, GA.
Monks check in for Rozier. Hornets leading by 8.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Bridges against Harris. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Bridges kicks to Biombo. Now, here's Monk. He's guarded by Thomas. And he converts the layup. And now a 12-point Charlotte lead. And the Hornets have had a strong bench for a while now.
Yeah, depth isn't a problem for this team, Kevin. Having a formidable starting five, though, has been. They need to consider trading some depth for an upgrade of the starting position.
Chioza passes to LeVert. To the middle. Here's Allen. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
And he's just not going to give up. I mean, if he has to do it all by himself, that's what he's going to do.
Here's Monk. The dish to Biyombo. Now Monk. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And it's sent back by Allen. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Nets trail by 10. Johnson inside. The Nets have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. That free throw, no good. The creation of the super teams, Chris, is enough being done to ensure a competitive balance in the NBA.
I think so. I think that every year we're going to have to evolve in trying to do enough and to see what happened the previous year. But yeah, and the fact remains, though, Kevin, is, I like working with you. You're my friend. I would go work with you. In basketball, you want to go play with your friends.
Same stuff, yeah.
How do you stop that?
Right.
I don't know. When guys get to hang out in the summer and say, wouldn't it be cool if we got to play together, our kids would play together, and we could win one? That's going to be hard to deter. So I just think it's about how strong the will of the friends are, and more importantly, what is the league doing to kind of not necessarily give as much incentive to do that, but I think the league is doing a great job staying proactive, giving guys a lot of incentive, a lot of reason, a lot of dinero to stay at home with the team.
Here's Graham. It's tipped, and they're able to recover. Count it. Biyombo's got the lead up to 13 now for the Hornets.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Pass to Luwawu. Here's Karuch. Luwawu-Cabarrot kicks to Temple. Johnson dishes to Allen. Back to Johnson. That's good from Allen on the assist by Johnson. 14 points for Allen.
His shooting has been a bright spot for them. Otherwise, they've struggled as a whole.
Here's Graham. He's guarded by Johnson. Graham, the pass to Zeller. Now Graham unloads. Misses off the left iron. And they're on the break. Here's Luwawu. Buries it from three-point range. Luwawu's got 5.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
Biyombo kicks to Graham. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Ripped away. And there's the pass to Luwawu. Here's Karuch, defended by Batum. And here is Graham, still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Biyombo. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Hornets lead by 10.
And the work ethic of Zeller. Now that's what makes him dangerous when scoping out opportunities on the offensive glass.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hornets lead by... And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then there's Terry Rozier, and it's Bacon in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. To the paint. A nice shot by Zeller. Zeller's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Charlotte. Harris outside. Passes it to Hall. Over Zeller. The rebound by Washington. Washington's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Charlotte moving it around. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Harris, right side. Down low and stolen by Zeller. Here's Graham. Lays it up and banks it in.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Johnson kicks to Harris. Pass to Hall. Thomas trying to break loose.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, Kevin, you're right. They needed that. And I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
Pass to Bacon. Now the pass to Washington. Graham with the ball from outside the arc. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And the NBA is seeming to be at the crossroads of sports and fashion and crisp music. Do you think it's always been this interwoven?
Oh, Kevin, please. You see the outfits they're wearing now? Now I got to be like the old fuddy-duddy, the old guy. Oh, my goodness. Guys are basically coming into the game like, did you turn on the lights before you got dressed in your closet? I mean, I know it's fashion. I'm not speaking about any one guy, but wow. I'm telling you, they're taking fashion to another level. And even though I joke about it, it's always fun anticipating what type of outfit you want to see guys walk in. Especially, I mean, come on. I love their games, and then I look and I say, wow. They have to be confident on the court because they wore that to the game. They're confident in life all around.
Overall, right. Rozier with the ball. The 9-foot shot. Chalk up 2 there.
A fantastic shot by Rozier. I mean, exactly the kind of shot you want him taking when he's got space.
Passes to Chioza. On the wing, Harris. Allen passes to Chioza. Thomas with the ball. Back to Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Allen's got 9 points now in just the second half.
It's just been one of those nights from he got into the floor of the game and has not lost his touch.
Harris against Bridges. From deep. It's hauled in by Thomas. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Down by 12. Here's LeVert. And he drops in the layup off the glass. LeVert's got his first points of the game.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Rozier. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. LeVert the pass to Chioza. The lead now cut to single digits.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Here's Graham. LeVert defending to the right side. For 3, Bridges drains the three-pointer. And the Hornets lead by 10.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes it back.
Now here's LeVert. He's guarded closely. Allen inside, covered by Biyombo. Allen's shot is off.
He doesn't get the finish, but the D's got to be quicker to rotate and stop him from getting to the rim.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Charlotte.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And that's not who they want guarding him. I mean, the size mismatch is just too big. All he has to do is just keep attacking the rim.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Graham. He keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Let's go. No good. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
I can't wait to get started in NBA 2K20.
There below is... As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. We look at the Nets. They're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, there's the Magic right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And right now for the Magic, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
A look at the Magic starting group. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ennis in at the small forward. And for the Nets, they've got Harris. Thomas is out there with Allen. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the point guard. 7 feet, 260 pounds. Vucevic has a big, strong body with great footwork inside doors, but he doesn't shoot a lot of free throws.
He doesn't, Kevin, and he can struggle at times to finish through contact. If he were a better leaper, I think he'd get to the line more. This guy is just so smart and elusive with his footwork. So this is a big-time player now, make no mistake.
Augustine, no luck.
Terrific closeout there. The challenge for 3.
It may be the hardest thing to do in basketball. Close under control, and he's more than up to the task.
Chioza. Again, the Nets for 2.
A great ball movement by Lance Thomas. This guy, one of the more unselfish players in the NBA.
To the inside. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Augustine.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And now here's Ennis, the fast break opportunity. Shoots from 14. Again, the Magic score.
Well, just tremendous form. DJ Augustine, even in the mid-range, is going to be so consistent.
And the pass to Chioza. To the paint. Allen finds LeVert. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Allen. Really been a key contributor over the past month. 2nd in field goal percentage. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And you mentioned it, he's the 2nd best shooter in the league right now. Quick trigger with just a little bit better footwork. He could take over that top spot.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And until their playoff run, the Brooklyn Nets weren't a team we thought of as a free agent destination. And Doris, you almost forget that they play in the biggest market in the country.
And Greg, who would have thought that in New York and Los Angeles, arguably the most competent franchises would be the Nets and the Clippers. These are 2 of the historically dilapidated teams no longer content to play second fiddle in those major markets.
The Nets of the field shooting over 50%. Passes it to LeVert. The shot will not fall. Gordon with the defensive effort. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
LeVert the pass to Chioza. 1:25 left here in the opening quarter. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Vucevic. Stolen by LeVert. Here's Allen. And then jammed down as he goes right over Nikola Vucevic.
Nice creativity from the big man, Jared Allen. You've got moves upon moves.
Now here is Augustine. He's covered closely. Vucevic, that one good for 2.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group. Ken Burge is checked in for Aaron Gordon. Terrence Ross comes in for James Ennis. Markel Fultz is checked in for Fournier. And it's Carter Williams in for Augustine. Here's Carter Williams following the bucket by the Nets. Count that one.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Johnson finds Crawford. Here's Karuch, and the layup is good.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Now Carter Williams, his last outing with 20 points. Over in the corner, Fultz. Here's Vucevic. That shot missing.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Nikola Vucevic firing on all cylinders for... And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball. And defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And so in the game for the Magic, we've got Markel Fultz. Also, Carter Williams out there. Mohamed Bamba is out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Birch in at the power forwards position. Here's Karuch following the score by Mohamed Bamba. Pass to Karuch. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Of course, you've seen a lot of these big men come and go in this league. Who would you say right now is the most complete big man in the NBA?
Well, 2 guys come to my mind immediately, and that's Joel Embiid, who I think probably could be more efficient with his 3-point shooting, but is still enough of a threat that you have to guard him out there. They enter the ball through him in the post, and he can be a dominant scorer. He can also put it on the deck. And then Anthony Davis, who you would say all of those attributes that Joel Embiid has, the Brow has as well. Those are 2 of the most complete, dominant, 2-way big men in today's game.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Ross. It's the Nets now. 4-point game. Johnson outside. Crawford against Ross. Luwawu, the pass to Crawford. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Pass to Luwawu. Shot clock at 2. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. And finished off by Fultz.
Well, this has to contribute to Markel Fultz's confidence, showing right there he can get through the defense.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Karuch, bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Magic leading by 4. Now the pass to Birch. He feeds it to Bamba. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
Well, terrific job by Tyler Johnson to do exactly what they want him to do. Find his open teammates.
Passes it to Bamba. Here's Birch. Kicks it to Fultz. Takes the 13-footer. No good on the shot. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And the Magic, one of those franchises that's still looking for its first title.
And Greg, they've been to the NBA Finals twice, but boy, did they run up against 2 of the all-time great individual closers in history. 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon says no to the Magic. 2009, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant says, no, sir, I'm getting another championship.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son, Philip, was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball. I think he will. Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. Crawford passes to Karouche. And he can't bank that one in. Pass to Fultz. Fires from 14. Up again. Clanks the putback jam. Nets trail by 6. Back to Karouche. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Here's Vucevic. Back to Gordon. Yes, that goes in. Gordon's got the lead up to 6 now for Orlando.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Here's Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. And it's 8 points for Allen.
And Allen is a problem from right there. This guy's so good at using his body and his touch.
Augustine from outside. Allen with the rebound. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Well, you can be a second-round selection and still make it in the NBA. Joe Harris, because of his commitment to work, has carved out a nice career for himself. This guy is a lights-out three-point shooter.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Magic out in front. They're up by 2. And
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A tremendous start for Nikola Vucevic. He had 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. What did you think, Kenny, about what we saw from the Magic?
You have to love a team that pounds the offensive glass. That's going to gain.
And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Vucevic, guys, has been exceptional.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Harris is out there with Thomas. And there's Jared Allen. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chiozza in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. They get it back. Vucevic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Jared Allen.
Let's remember, we're talking about a fundamentally sound player. Nikola Vucevic gifted at fooling defenders with that pump fake.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
Allen passes to Thomas. Allen, great positioning on the putback.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
And here's Augustine. He's got 7. Vucevic trying to get open. Augustine, no luck. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
Now here is Augustine. Defense is right there.
That jumper is just money. DJ Augustine proving again how effective he is.
And there's the call on James Ennis. That is his first foul of the game. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Pass to Allen. Harris looking it over. There's the pass to Chioza. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love, Greg, is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Here's Gordon, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jared Allen.
Well, Aaron Gordon welcomes the opportunity to be fouled. You cannot be careless with your defense.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game, Aaron Gordon still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
Ross is checked in for Orlando. Markelle Fultz comes in for DJ Augustine. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded by Johnson. And finished off by Fultz.
Well, this is what's evolving over time, right? Markelle Fultz running the pick and roll, such a precise play.
And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower pace system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the D. You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Allen passes to Llewellyn. It's hauled in by the Magic. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds tonight, and they double up Gordon. Throws it up high. Fournier's shot is off.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Fultz. Vucevic against Allen. Shot from 12. The Magic again can't hit. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. Kicks it out to Johnson. Now the feed to Allen. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and it'll go to the line. That one on Vucevic.
Well, this is exactly the kind of position you want Jared Allen shooting from, right? He gets excellent position, makes defenders nervous this close. Good job drawing that foul.
Rodions Kurucs, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Temple comes in for Karis LeVert. Bamba is checked in for the Magic. Here's Fultz, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, obviously a rough start to the career of #1 pick Markelle Fultz. The shoulder injury sort of takes away his shooting ability when the Sixers trade him away. You're rooting for this young man to get back to his game.
The Nets working the ball around now. Kurucs passes to Allen. Bamba with the block.
That is a combination of length and defensive instinct. Send it back, Mo Bamba.
And the basket by Kurucs.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Orlando trailing here. Ross for 3. A 3-pointer is right on target. Ross has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's Allen. That one, no good. Gordon with the defensive effort. The Magic have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And the basket by Kurucs.
Okay, Jared Allen, we see you making that look for a big man. That's a pretty pass.
Now here's Fultz. Not a lot of room. Allen against Bamba. Beyond the arc. The rebound by the Nets. And in intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Harris drops them both. Augustine with it. Got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. Nets lead by 3. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard. Put the pass right on the money.
Now, Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. DJ Augustine out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Ennis in at the 3.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
And for the Nets, team dinners, you go to their practice facility, a beautiful rooftop space for team gatherings. Building chemistry is a focus for this franchise.
And that's not surprising, Greg, given that their front office is part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, so to speak. So staying connected as teammates, especially valuable in today's NBA. Love the culture here. I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ballgame. Just put the pass in his vicinity, and Aaron Gordon will take care of the rest.
Kicks it out to Johnson. The dish to Allen. Crafty move. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists tonight. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Outside Thomas to the middle. Johnson outside. Passes it to Chioza. Clock at 6. Here's Allen. Vucevic with the block.
Boy, when Vucevic is in that area, he's capable of sending it back.
Orlando leading. Now here is Augustine. For the 3. Offensive rebound. Kicks it out to Gordon. The Magic need to get a shot off here. Deep 2 from Ross. Orlando gets it back. Pass to Vucevic. And here's Augustine. That 3 off the mark.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
It's stolen by Vucevic. Oh, and here comes Ennis all alone. Count it. Good. And the Magic lead by 4.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
Pass to Chioza. Allen right side. Feeds to Thomas. It's stolen by Vucevic. Down low. From 12 feet out. And it's Ennis that time on the assist from Ross. Now it's a 6-point Magic lead.
Yeah, great anticipation of where the open man was going to be. And Terrence Ross finds him immediately. That's really pretty.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And here's Gordon from outside. Drills the 3-pointer.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it, Greg? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone. Oh, Kev, the guy's a jack of all trades. Now you're going to deliver big buckets? Come on now.
And there's the pass to Vucevic. In transition, here come the Nets. Johnson with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Nets making a switch here. LeVert's checked in. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Here's Augustine. We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Passes to Gordon. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
Well, this game separates the men from the boys. Aaron Gordon, big-time delivery.
This has reached desperation time for him.
I'll tell you, you need absolute perfection on every possession. That's what it's going to take here.
Allen kicks to Thomas. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Pass to Harris. Shot clock at 5. There's Chiozza. And again, no good by Brooklyn. So it's Orlando now. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
Here's Allen. Here's Chiozza. Running by Augustine. Jacks up a 3. It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. Pass to Ross. Left side, Gordon. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
I love that Aaron Gordon goes right up with it. He's got really good instincts for knowing when to catch and shoot.
And so it's Orlando winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
hang time. Moving the plug in the power, ayy. Came with a charge in my alley, ooh. Charge it again like it's credit, your team cried me to get it, yeah.
The skyline of Orlando seen here during a gorgeous sunset. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Magic. They're holding the edge for the last playoffs. I am sure they'd feel better if they could jump up a couple rankings. And, of course, Charlotte, just a couple spots back.
And I think for the Hornets, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and you know, we've seen them enough to know by now they're not going to make that switch from good to great at this point. Not this year anyway.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges. And it's Graham in at the 2. And for Orlando, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ennis in at the 3. Over the last decade or so, the Hornets haven't had a lot of success, Clark, in the draft.
Well, you take a look at it, guys, and they've traded away a multitude of picks, and picks that have turned into guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Tobias Harris, 2 outstanding young players. They've missed on the picks they've kept. I think they've got to do a better job of building from within.
Washington, that's good. A lot of minute played so far here in the first. Now here is Augustine. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago. Misses the 3. And so Graham will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Last time they met was in Charlotte.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
Now here is Augustine. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game.
And this is something Biyombo excels in, timing and blocking shots.
A three-pointer, no good.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Bridges gets to Biyombo. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The pass to Augustine. He kicks it to Vucevic. Poke loose. Bridges with the steal. Here's Graham. He's guarded by Fournier. Rozier the pass to Graham. Ring shot on the way. Doesn't get it to drop for him. The Magic go the other way with it. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. Orlando making some changes. Ross is checked in for Ennis, and it's Fulton for Augustine. And then for Charlotte, Cody Zeller comes in for Biyombo. And Dwayne Bacon subbed in for Bridges. Now here's Fultz. And here's Fournier. Shoots over Graham. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Establishes position with a strong base. You got to box out Vucevic better than that.
Here's Graham. He's guarded by Fournier. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got his second bucket of the night. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me. Offensive rebound, and Vucevic kicks to Gordon. The putback, it's good on the putback. And that'll tie this game up.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they?
Yes, they can, Kevin. They can't allow him to beat them to too many more of those.
Buries the long-range jumper. Gordon's got 5.
Boy, got to be impressed with Gordon. I mean, showing a real understanding and feel for when to fire off the dribble.
Bacon gets the bucket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A steal. And now here's Rozier, the fast break chance. And the dunk by Zeller.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Poked away. Here's Gordon. And foul on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And the footage relayed to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus, I think he got it off in time. The replay leaving little doubt.
But to me, it's worth being certain. And that's why we have replay, to get these big calls right.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Noche Latina in the NBA as we resume action. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter, we've got Cody Zeller. Batuma's out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Bridges, and it's Bacon in at the 3 spot. And Michael Carter-Williams gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And as he's checked in for Gordon. And the 6'7" swingman, Terrence Ross, the number 8 pick out of Washington.
Well, you know, the shooting and leaping ability of Ross, phenomenal. I mean, I think the defensive end is where he can solidify his game and really improve. He's got all the tools, though, to be an excellent two-way player.
Back to Ennis. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Here's Bamba. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Carter-Williams, the pass to Birch. The basket good off the assist from Carter-Williams. Birch has got his first points in this one.
Boy, I like how Carter-Williams spreads the ball around. I mean, he opens up a lot of opportunities for his guys to shoot it.
There are some guys that just look to score whenever they can. And Malik Monk is one of those players.
Yeah, he's an electrifying offensive player. And he reminds me a little bit of the dynamic and it seems like ageless Jamal Crawford with his ability to score in bunches. Not saying that he ignores his teammates or anything like that. It's just that he's a scorer, and when he's on the court, that's what he's thinking about doing.
Hornets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Name some traits that make for a great team leader. You've been in that role. What did you like and embrace, and what have you seen from others?
Well, I think it starts with humility, a real sense of who you are and what your role is on the team as a leader, and then a really good example set. I think those qualities are essential. Humility speaks to selflessness, but also being one that holds yourself accountable too.
Pass to Zeller. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have it. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Bamba's shot is off. Hornets leading by 4, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Vucevic, he's checked in for Ken Burch. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Carter Williams. Here's Grant, headed by Augustine. Now about 3 minutes gone in his second quarter of basketball. Here's Bridges. Biyombo controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Biyombo's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets.
Hey, Kevin, you know it's true. No substitute for hard work on the offensive boards, and that's what Biyombo's doing there. Always a threat to peel off those offensive oranges.
Here's Grant, guarded by Fultz. For 3, Bridges. It's good from long range. And now it's a 9-point Hornets lead.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
And it's the Hornets' ball. They're on a 16-6 run. And the dunk by Zeller.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Aaron Gordon is checking in for Orlando. Evan Fournier comes in for James Ennis. Washington's checked in for the Hornets. Terry Rozier comes in for Bridges. Rozier for 3. Nice D from Fournier. The Magic trail by 9. Vucevic the pass to Augustine. Here's Fultz. Shot clock at 6. Batum grabs the miss.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And it's Washington missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Fournier kicks to Gordon. Back to Fournier. Launches it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Fournier's got 5 now.
That's Fournier's specialty. The long-distance bomb that really hand-ties defense.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point lead. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was... And that...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing from Cody Zeller.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Ennis in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Augustine from outside. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Now Rozier. Great D that time from Vucevic. Ennis with the ball. Bridges covering. Ennis misses. Hornets leading by 6.
And you look out there at the Magic.
What a finish!
Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
Three-pointer Augustine. Here's Vucevic. First trip to the line for him here. Free throw drops for Vucevic. Clark, you look at the defensive metrics for Nikola Vucevic lately, very good. And yet, he's been considered a liability at that end. So, in your opinion, which is?
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I think it's a blend, quite honestly. The analytics say one thing, but in this day and age, the way the game is played, big centers are typically challenged from a mobility standpoint, especially trying to defend fleet-footed perimeter guys in pick-and-roll situations and in space. To Vucevic's credit, he's worked hard at becoming better, trying to be a better rim protector and recognize where he needs to be early on with anticipation. So he's making progress, but it's a blend in my mind.
Here's Augustine, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that with my dad and siblings. That's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special. Cody Zeller, his level of activity is really contagious. I mean, that's what I love about his game. Excellent hustler on both ends of the floor. And he does a lot of good work just by staying active.
Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for the Magic. Drops in the layup for 2.
And, you know, after starting 0 for 3 this half, they finally get one down.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. And with Zeller and his activity, you see it on the glass as well.
Yeah, you look at Zeller, and he's a guy who really doesn't do anything great, guys, but he does everything really well. And to have a big guy like that is really valuable.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Charlotte moving it around. Here's Rozier. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 3 on the clock. There's Bacon. And Bamba pulls it down. Fultz, he's checked in for Orlando. The Hornets also with a sub. Batum's checked in. And it's Carter Williams with the ball for Orlando. Trailing here by 8. Inside, Birch. Missed inside. Hornets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Batum passes to Rozier. Outside, Batum. And Batum throws it down.
And Batum extremely comfortable making things happen with the ball in his hands.
Orlando's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Ross on the wing. This is to Fultz. And finished off by Fultz.
Like that explosion to the basket. Fultz can turn it on so quickly. He's past you before you know it. Quick as a hiccup.
Rozier the pass to Zeller. There's Bacon. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Bacon's got 4 points in the quarter.
And James Borrego, in his second year as head coach, wants an offense that relies on quick decision-making. They are looking to attack defenses early.
And, you know, that kind of offense, Greg, is one that's not easy to put into place. You got to trust the players, and the players have to trust each other, and the players have to make good decisions. It's a steep learning curve, but I really think it's the ideal way to play once you get it all ironed out.
44 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Birch. He's covered by Zeller, and there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his third foul of the game. Orlando making some changes. Vucevic checked in for Kem Birch. Ennis comes in for Terrence Ross. And Fournier subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. And it's Gordon missing.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Three-pointer. Orlando grabs the miss. Here's Fultz. It's good. The assist that time for Menace. Fultz has got 6 points.
And, you know, Fultz is highly skilled as an offensive player. When he gets this kind of positioning inside, it's a wrap.
It's stolen by Fultz. The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Hornets lead by 9. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth, they've got Bacon. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Washington. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the point. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. Graham surveying the floor over Augustine. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got 8 rebounds in this game. The Magic trail by 11. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. He gets that one.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
And now here's Ennis, the fast break opportunity. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
You know, that kind of unselfishness, guys, from Augustine is really infectious, especially when it's coming from your point guard.
Here's Graham, banked in off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 9.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Pass to Gordon. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Augustine, no luck.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pass to Biyombo. Here's Bacon. Vucevic defending. Out to the right wing. Over to the wing. Shoots the 3. Bacon's shot is off.
You know, he's not a knockdown shooter from there, but when you're that uncovered, you almost are forced to take it.
The pass to Fournier. And it's off from 3-point range. And now we've got the intentional foul. The Magic making a switch here. Ross is checked in. Zeller, he's checked in for Charlotte. Rozier comes in for Dwayne Bacon. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Rozier against Ross. In the corner, it's Bridges. Lets the three fly. Graham with the bucket. Graham's got the lead up to 12 now for Charlotte.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
And yes, it's good.
You know, when Gordon is hitting this all the time, the defense will have to play up on it. Consistency is the key.
Ross against Rozier. Passes it to Graham. Ross with the steal. And now Orlando on the break. Right at the free throw line. Kept alive. Here's Vucevic. And that one drops.
And that's just an example and display of strength from Vucevic. I mean, just overpowering whoever's in his path.
Monk's checked in for the Hornets.
Nikola Vucevic.
And Vucevic, no good on that one. Hornets leading by 8. Rozier looking around. Pass to Monk. Bridges with it. Just 5 to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. From outside, off the mark. Gets the first, that narrows the gap to 7. Martin's checked in for Washington. And Ennis drops them both.
And good aggressive basketball on that trip. Drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Left side, Martin. Now, here's Monk. He's guarded by Ross. Offensive rebound. Pass to Bridges. Monk with the ball. Back to Bridges. In the corner, it's Martin. Charlotte moving the ball around. Shot by Zeller, no good.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Rozier with the steal. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. A lot is on the line here.
Crowd is so focused. Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Good. And now they trail by just 4.
And Vucevic is really good about playing nerveless basketball. In other words, he's not going to let anything bother him. He's under control, he's calm, he's composed, and he's confident. And that lets him deliver when it matters most.
The pass to Monk. Bridges, no one around him. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Hornets lead by 7.
Sharing the basketball is a part of the game that Monk needs to continue to add to complement his shooting.
So it's Charlotte picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the bounce,
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as
the traffic in New York City. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Allen.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. They've got Washington, also Biyombo out there. Terry Rozier is out there with Bridges, and it's Graham in at the 2. And for the Nets, Joe Harris is out there with Lance Thomas. And there's Jared Allen. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the 1. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
That's what a star talent does. If Bridges wants to fulfill his potential, he's got to attack. Use that quick first step.
Oh, great flow to that possession. Two players totally in sync with each other.
Here are the Hornets with the ball. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. Allen surveying the D. Here's Chioza. 11 points for him in that last game against Golden State.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
Here's Washington, hoping to put that miserable performance against Miami behind him tonight. And it goes down 2 points. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same, because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes, it starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing and adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games in the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games in my opinion.
Very interesting. And the Nets with possession here. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Double team on Thomas. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Harris misses.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Nets trail by 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Thomas, no good.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Cody Zeller's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Washington. And it's Batum in for Terry Rozier. Now here's Allen. Back to Kurucs. Bridges with the steal. Here's Bacon. He's guarded by Johnson. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. To the wing right side. Temple. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
If there's ever a successful shot that still gets your coach mad at you, that's the one.
Graham surveying the floor. And he banks in the layup.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball. And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
It's deflected.
And the impact Bridges makes on the defensive end, showing he's not to be messed with.
54 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Graham with the ball. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Miami.
But we got to talk about his D2. 4 steals in the game. I mean, a complete all-around effort for him.
Here's Allen. After the basket by Charlotte. Johnson kicks to Allen. Out to the right wing. Passes it to Johnson. Here's Karuch. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from 11. Allen's shot is off. Charlotte leading by 11. The pass to Bacon. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, even a slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
Hits it from three-point range. Now here's Zeller. Batum with the 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Hornets ahead, up 8. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
With the game being fast-paced these days, you can expect this from a lot of teams. But they did it very well.
On the floor for Charlotte, we've got Zeller. Bridges out there with Bacon. Then there's Batum, and it's Graham in at the point. From 8. And it's off the back rim, no good.
I think he lets the D get to him there, and he rushes it. I mean, he has plenty of space there if he just takes his time.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Now Bridges. He's got 5. Here's Bacon. Over Temple. Karuch grabs the board. Here's Bacon. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. That one drops for him.
And the work ethic of Zeller. Now that's what makes him dangerous when scoping out opportunities on the offensive glass.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fire. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good-spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Karuch.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And he's able to get it back. Batum passes to Rozier. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Washington. Zeller trying to free himself up. That misses off the backboard.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
To the paint, here's Washington, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. Impressive sequence that has them popped up. He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Karis LeVert's checked in for Jamal Crawford. Biombo, he's checked in for Charlotte.
Well, finally, he's getting himself to the line. He's gotten much more aggressive as the game is going on.
Hornets leading by 3.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they'll be one of the more disciplined teams you'll find in this league. I mean, they keep mistakes to a minimum on both sides of the ball. That's a big part of why the Hornets are tough to play.
And the basket by Rozier. Rozier's got his second bucket of the night.
Challenging the bigger defender, cutting him down to size with that one.
Oh, that's a tough shot. I mean, you have to have confidence in your abilities to even take it.
And Chris, for the Hornets, as we know, their coach Borrego preaches preparation.
Well, yeah, and it shows it up in the stats, Kevin. I mean, they're the best in taking care of the ball. The team does not take silly fouls on defense.
Allen's checked in for the Nets. The Hornets also with the sub. Monk's checked in. 1:56 left in the first half. Here's Bacon. Trains it from beyond the arc. Bacon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
Chioza passes to Allen. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Here's Karuch. Second chance shot. Good on the bucket. Karuch has got 11 points.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Here's Monk. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Hornets lead by 6.
He makes so many hustle plays, and here he's working the offensive glass from the tip.
Back to LeVert. Pass to Chioza. Fires the 3. A rebound by Washington. Hornets leading by 6. And here's Biyombo. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Heat in Miami.
Yeah, and his energy level in that game was amazing. He did all that work offensively and controlled the boards, too.
Bacon's shot is off.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Karuch. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Karuch has got 13 points in just this quarter.
And really, the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Monk with the ball. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Harris finds LeVert. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Luwawu, the pass to Allen. Can't get it to fall. For 3, Bridges. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hornets lead by 4.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome. Charlotte had no problems getting going. Their exceptional focus and all-around execution. Thanks for joining us.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And here's Thomas, who brings it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. They've got Joe Harris. Thomas is out there with Jared Allen. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now Graham. Off target at the rim.
That works just like they drew it up. Until the part where he short arms.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Great value in rim protection, Chris. Talk about some of the characteristics that you have seen and you use yourself in being a good shot blocker.
Your reputation precedes you as a shot blocker. So as a shot blocker, you've already blocked enough shots that everyone knows, hey, I'm Rudy Gobert. Don't come in here unless you want to get that shot swatted out of the way. My name's Joel Embiid. Did you see my highlights of last game? So really what I'm saying is a shot blocker is always in your thought process. I still have nightmares about Mutombo. Oh, come on, let's
I bet.
Go to the next the next one, please. Come on. Get off shot blockers.
6 on the shot clock. Harris against Bridges. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback. And the Hornets lead by 3.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Allen with it. Biombo on him. Passes to Chioza. To the inside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Nets. Right now, if the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed. And, of course, the Hornets, a few slots below them.
And right now for Brooklyn, they've shown me some very good things this season. But that next step, those qualities that could make them true contenders, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're disappointed in that. I mean, they were hoping to take that next step.
Rozier kicks to Green. A 3-ball. The Hornets keeping it alive. The new 14.
He plays with such intensity. It seems like Zeller's motor is always running. Certainly was there on that putback.
And stolen by Zeller. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Back to Bridges. And he comes up with the deuce. Bridges has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here's Allen. He has 6. Crawford finds Allen. Shoots over Biombo. Another shot. Thomas trying to break loose. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Allen. There's the pass to Rozier. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Yep, that one goes. Rozier's got 6.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And it's Allen slamming it down.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. And the dunk by Graham.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
Johnson with the block. Harris outside. From past the arc. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Oh, you gotta love Rozier. Skying up for the dunk. Really seizing the opportunity and capitalizing with this tremendous rebound.
And with Cody Zeller, he has a very workmanlike approach when he's on the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, and that's what Zeller is all about, playing a simple meat and potatoes type game. I mean, what he does won't show up in the box score, but it'll show up in the standings.
Here's Rozier. Zeller trying to free himself up, and it's Rozier missing. Nets trail by 7. Here's Johnson. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Johnson's got his first 2 points of the night.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Rozier looking around. Up top, Graham. Pass to Zeller. Charlotte moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Here's Rozier. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Upside Thomas. Crawford outside. Pass to Johnson. Here's Allen. Here's Crawford. Second shot opportunity. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's his first foul. Monk for 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back right after this. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Hornets leading by 7. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Terry Rozier is out there with Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 3 spot. And Joe Allen will bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Chioza passes to Allen. Here's Luwawu. It's good. Luwawu's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Nets.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Pocket 6. Passes it to Bacon. Outside Batum. And there's the pass to Temple. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Batum attacking. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Here's Luwawu. And stolen by Zeller. Now, here's Batum. Tight defense on him. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. That free throw good from Batum.
Well, so far, if you look at the totality, Batum has put together a very impressive career. He's had a great stroke from outside in addition to his outstanding defense.
LeVert the pass to Luwawu. Down low. Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Allen.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Now, here's Rozier. He's guarded close. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Hornets lead by 8.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give him... Oh, see that?
He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Back to Zeller. An easy 2 points on the layup.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
Here's Batum, and he uses the glass on the layup. And now a 10-point Hornets lead.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but defensively, neither side has been able to adjust, and that's reflected in the score.
LeVert with a wide-open look. Off target with his 3. For Charlotte, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. The kick out to Rozier. They get the rebound, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in. Zeller's got the lead up to 12 now for the Hornets.
The versatility to play in the high post as well as alongside the baseline. Zeller does have places to get his buckets, which have been piling up tonight. Defense is aggressive on him, but when you're giving up that much height, there's only so much you can do.
Hornets leading by 10. Pass to Bacon. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Rozier the pass to Zeller.
Well, you can't blame the defender. He was trying to be aggressive. But Zeller with just too much size and athleticism.
And that one falls for Zeller. Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, I still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they could be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far, but, you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that, you know, those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address, but I love the fact the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Well, like the Clippers of a year ago, they looked like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr. Ballmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out and recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pitch.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this one.
Here's Chiosa. Rozier defending. Puts up a three. Doesn't go for him. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Here's Zeller. That's good. And it's Rozier with the assist. And the Hornets lead by 16.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Oh, Greg, that's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal.
Back to Allen. Here's Thomas. A slam dunk by Thomas.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate. Oh.
And so it's the Hornets taking.
Welcome to this very special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and Slam.
In your face.
You play 2K
all the time.
You act.
Yep.
A look from earlier as the Nets bus arrives at the arena. It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they're in 7th and looking to hold on to that seed for the playoffs. And, of course, the Magic, right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
And right now for the Magic, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
So the Nets starting 5. They've got Harris. Jared Allen is out there with Thomas. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Chioza in at the point guard. And for Orlando, Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. And it's Ennis in at the 3. Here's Ennis following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Augustine. And it's sent back by Allen. It's another look. Vucevic.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
LeVert kicks to Thomas. Harris outside. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Inching our way toward the end of the season here in the NBA, Doris, and just how much fatigue after all these games and all these months and practices and travel, how much fatigue are these players feeling?
Oh, please. Nice creativity from the big man, Jared Allen. You've got moves upon moves.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
To the middle. On the wing, Harris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And at 6'6", Joe Harris has been asked to play a lot of minutes at that small forward position. Doris, do you think that's his natural spot?
Well, I think he's gotten pretty good in terms of his strength, if not the length for the 3 spot. He's worked really hard defensively to get better and better. And offense, though, that's where he's going to make his money. He can make shots consistently.
And the call will be against Karis LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. Allen against Vucevic. Kicks it to Augustine. Shot clock at 6. Shot to stop the run.
Yeah, really like the defensive focus and intensity at the start.
Well, at 6'9", great athlete, Aaron Gordon can be a problem on the glass.
Count that one.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Here's Fournier. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Gordon. Vucevic trying to get open. And it's Gordon missing. Nets leading by 8. It's LeVert on the wing. To the inside. Allen. That's his 4th basket of the game. And he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Augustine kicks to Ennis. Pass to Fournier. Back to Ennis. There's the 3. Fournier's shot is off.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
LeVert the pass to Chioza. And it's Harris off the drive. Back to Thomas. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Allen trying to break free, and it's LeVert missing.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And you look at the cast-offs that have found success in Brooklyn, Doris, a great part of the Nets story.
And I think what the players appreciate is the team that gave them their first real shot to play significant minutes. That buy-in and urge to prove themselves a part of what makes their culture special.
Back to Allen. It's LeVert on the wing. Kicks it out to Allen. Harris outside. There's Chiozza. No good from outside. The Magic trail by 10. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Fournier's shot is off. The Nets have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. And Allen slams it in.
Well, that's a highlight play for Mr. Jared Allen. Nice pass from his teammate.
Augustine looking around. Pass to Vucevic. He kicks to Ennis. Fournier for 3, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Brooklyn. Enjoy. James Ennis played in Australia, Puerto Rico.
This would be a rotation player.
And with the importance of the 3-ball nowadays, Greg, a great goal for Ennis.
He possesses length and athleticism on the wing, and if he can reliably knock down the triple, he's a consistent rotation player in this league.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Bolanos and the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. They've got Garrett Temple. Luwawu is out there with Caruch. And it's Tyler Johnson, and it's Crawford at the small forward. Here's Johnson, and Bamba pulls it down.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Well, over the last few seasons, Tyler Johnson turning himself into one of the premier options off the bench.
Kevin, you could easily see this guy winning a 6th Man of the Year award in the future. He's versatile in terms of where he can slot in offensively. He's always looking to score, and you need that kind of punch off the bench.
Pass to Ross. And replayed through the first minute here in the second. And the turnover again by Orlando. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Friday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Sunday, they continue the road trip, heading out to Sacramento to take on the Kings.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
And Bamba pulls it down. Down low. And here we go. Fast break. Crawford's got it. The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Carter Williams. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The creative force behind these points is Terrence Ross. This guy keeps his head up, puts the pass right where it needs to be.
Crawford passes to Luwawu. Here's Caruch. Lets it go. Got a hand on it. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here's Luwawu. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. And the pass to Birch. Kicks it to Fultz. Passes to Ross. Just 5 on the clock. Ross on the wing. Launches a 3. They get it back.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by.
not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Fultz, the pass to Bamba. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Pass to Luwawu, and 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Doris, as you always say, there is a grace in handling wins and losses in this game, isn't there?
You know what, Kevin? There's an old saying that winning and losing are imposters, that it's everything to do with how you react to constant learning and growing experiences. And listen, everybody wants to win, but can you experience losing with grace and dignity? Can you embrace the joy of pure competition? To me, that's one of the beautiful things about the NBA. Men handle heartbreak and joy and set an example for the next generation. It's beautiful.
And it's Vucevic missing.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
No good from Luwawu. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Magic. Trailing by 13 for 3. Fournier. He can't get it to go. And it's away. Last time they met was in Brooklyn.
Well, what did them in was all the missed free throws. It could have been a much different outcome.
I thought, Greg, the frustration at the line was evident, and it makes it easy on the defense when you're not capitalizing once they put you at the free throw line.
But Trey nailed from three-point land. Fournier's got his second basket of the night.
Evan Fournier has proven over and over, you better get a hand up and contest from 3, or he will make you pay.
Here's Luwawu. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Warriors in San Francisco. Johnson gets the bucket.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And the basket by Gordon.
Well, Markelle Fultz continues to develop his floor awareness. Passes like that will create all kinds of chemistry.
To the paint. Puts it up. And it's blocked by Gordon. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Ross with a wide open look. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Ross has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Allen, 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Now here's Fultz. He's guarded by Johnson. And Fultz gets it to go.
Well, this has to contribute to Markelle Fultz's confidence. Showing right there he can get through the defense.
That will count. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Brooklyn came out looking very confident. They launched into a 6-0 run with an impressive effort on both ends of the floor. At the end of one, they were still firmly in control of... And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Jared Allen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
Boy, he's been aggressive looking for his shot. Remarkable effort on the offensive end in that first half.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And so in the game for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ennis in at the 3 spot. Brooklyn leading by 8.
And you look at this Magic roster, so much potential.
I think, Greg, they have done a great job of drafting to the style of play they want to play. Guys who want to get after it on the defensive end. Guys who can switch and slide on the perimeter. Guys who can protect the rim. That is the backbone of this organization.
Inside. Nets passing it around. Harris dishes to Allen. Shoots over Vucevic. There's Allen. That's good on the assist from Harris. Allen's got 14 points.
Once Jared Allen gets rolling, this guy will keep the pressure on. He wants to be great.
Tries from 10. A putback and the second chance effort by Gordon.
Well, not sure who was responsible for the blockout, but this guy got in there and dug out his points.
LeVert against Fournier. A nice shot by LeVert.
That's 6'7". Karis LeVert knows how to use that size, especially inside. He knows how to handle himself in there.
Now Augustine. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
For the Magic, Mohamed Bamba comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Evan Fournier. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Caruth is checked in for Harris. A nice shot by LeVert.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3. Terrific play calling. Everything clicking out of the gates here.
And Augustine kicks to Ennis. Back to Augustine. Fires at the elbow. And that one hits back iron.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can somehow...
What about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness. Well, this guy has got tremendous length and hops. Jared Allen makes it easy.
Now here is Augustine. Not a lot of room. Carter-Williams finds Gordon. And stolen by Thomas. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Ken Burge is checked in for Augustine. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
Boy, picking Jared Allen, number 22, back in 2017 has paid off for the Nets. This guy is proven already in his early 20s to be an NBA caliber starting center.
Here's Carter-Williams. Lays it up and banks it in. Carter-Williams has got his second basket of the night.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that's simply stated a terrific play.
It's stolen by Carter-Williams. All alone, and Carter-Williams slams it in.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some more.
And Jared Allen grew up in the Austin area and played near his home at the University of Texas.
Yeah, Kev, just 1 season with the Longhorns. He really came into the league considered a project, but boy, his development is truly ahead of schedule.
And they double up Gordon. Now the dish to Ennis. Kicks it out to Gordon. Fires for 3. Gets a hand on it. It's good on the putback. Bamba's got his first points of the night.
Well, excellent pursuit of the basketball by Mo Bamba. Love his effort there.
Thomas passes to Caruth. Over Gordon. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Ennis taking his time here. Here's Birch. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
A moment here to see the numbers for Carter-Williams. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Vucevic checked in for Bamba. Evan Fournier comes in for Gordon. Terrence Ross is checked in for Ennis. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Carter-Williams.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Here's Vucevic. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
What you love about Nikola Vucevic is every night you know he's going to play hard and he's going to do whatever it takes to win. You love playing with teammates like that, guys.
And the Magic making a change here. Gordon's checked in, and a change for the Nets. Harris is checked in, and then Allen slams it in.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
And he's good on the three ball. And that's now 6 points for Terrence Ross.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Luwawu. Orlando grabs the miss. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. For 3, Gordon rebounded by the Nets. At one point, they led by 16. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Well, think about Mr. Jared Allen. He was not the first family member to get picked in the NBA draft. Let's remember his dad taken by Dallas in the famous 1985 draft. His dad, however, would go on to have a playing career in Europe.
And it's Johnson, that time on the assist by Harris. Harris has got his 7th assist in the game. For 3, Fournier. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Brooklyn ahead, leading by 17. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Nets getting the fourth quarter going, we've got Johnson. Harris is out there with Thomas. Then there's Allen. And it's LeVert in at the shooting guard. To the middle. Here's Thomas. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Ross passes to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Yeah, great anticipation of where the open man was going to be. And Terrence Ross finds him immediately. That's really pretty.
Here's Allen. And the layup's good off the glass. Allen's got 26 points. We hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
Back to the jump ball.
And the Nets with possession here. It's LeVert on the wing. Pass to Allen. Harris outside. The pass to Thomas. That one a little long. The Magic trail by 17. Here's Augustine. That shot off. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Allen kicks to LeVert. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
That's a jump ball.
And Orlando has possession. Here's Vucevic. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Sees the alley-oop. Got a piece of it.
Well, that's about the long reach of Karis LeVert on the defensive end, swatting away an opportunity.
Nets passing it around. Allen. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Allen's got 28.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The Magic shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Here's Vucevic. No good on that one.
He's so frustrated. Hasn't had a make-all game. It's making it very difficult for them to find any success.
And Allen slams it in.
He's the leading scorer tonight, being aggressive, and so far, no one's found a way to slow him down.
they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Listen, this is not easy for a 6-footer to get his points inside, but you can see the tenacity of DJ Augustine.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
And another turnover here by Brooklyn. And Brooklyn making a change here. Chioza's checked in. The Magic trail by 17. Augustine passes to Vucevic.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
We've got 1:55 left in the game. But they get it back. Fournier for 3. They shoot again. And Vucevic finishes inside.
This guy, a strong rebounder who uses his frame well. Vucevic has a knack for being in the right spot.
Three-pointer, LeVert. Fournier pulls it down. Orlando's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. The 3. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Brooklyn.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jared Allen.
Boy, his defense is what stood out to me. There was a no-fly zone around this guy all night. He contested every shot in his area and sent a few back.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And Kurucs now top of the key. Kicks to Anderson. Passes it to Chioza. Back to Anderson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's the Magic with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And that one is good.
Mo Bamba showing you the ability to pass the basketball. Pretty look.
Well, this one is winding down now. Brooklyn can watch the clock run out. Pass to Johnson. Here's Musa. Carter Williams covering. It's stolen by Frazier. And up the court come the Magic on the break. And Carter Williams gets it to go on the assist by Frazier.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
It amazes me how quickly you can change ends. You've got to be prepared to sprint the floor.
And so it's Brooklyn Heat. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Where do I start? Where do I get my rhythm? Where do I get my groove?
I always start off with a bounce. You just start with a bounce, and then you see.
I'm part of the baddest game, most successful game in the world. I went to Portugal this year, and the young tour guide goes, "It's Doris Burke from 2K." It wasn't Doris Burke.
Coming right up, the Hornets taking on.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get a break in the action. Now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. If you look at the Magic, they're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And, of course, the Hornets, a couple spots below.
And right now for the Magic, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing that perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
A look at the Magic starting group. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic, and it's Ennis in at the small forward. And for the Hornets, Washington out there with Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Graham in at the 2. The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. The first one falls. With the playoffs coming up quickly, Clark, strength of schedule can play a big role as it determines where a team is going to be seated come playoff time.
No, I agree with you in terms of even just making the playoffs sometimes, Kevin, based on where teams are and who they're playing. I mean, those matchups against potential playoff teams that are still fighting for seeding, they can sharpen you up and get you ready. Actually, those games can be playoffs before the playoffs in many ways.
And I always admire the coaches, Clark, that walk their players through the different scenarios because they should be aware.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. You want everything out in front of you. As long as your team is able to handle it, and most of these teams can, I think that's a good point.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And so Graham will bring it up for Charlotte. Passes it to Biyombo. It's hauled in by Gordon. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Over to the left wing. And Augustine kicks to Gordon. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And it's the Hornets with the ball. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Graham, an absolute bomb from three-point range. Graham's got 5.
Oh, that's a real nice-looking deep 3-ball there.
Pass to Augustine. Back to Vucevic. 5 to shoot. Pass to Fournier. The Magic need to get a shot off here. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Hornets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here's Rozier. A shot off that time. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago. And there's Ennis on the assist by Augustine.
Yeah, nice vision from the little fella there. Augustine making it easy for his teammates by finding the open man.
When you watch the Hornets play, you can expect a very controlled game.
Yeah, you know, they don't push too much and make silly mistakes. Fantastic when it comes to minimizing turnovers, controlling the pace. They've been one of the best teams at keeping turnovers down since 2014.
Back to Fournier. Now the pass to Vucevic. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. And now, with this break, here are the premier glass cleaners among rookies over the course of the past month. You look at Washington. A terrific rebound, 5th overall.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
Well, I tell you what, he just creates so many second chance opportunities for his team when he's on the floor. I mean, last month was a huge one for him. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep it going.
Cody Zeller's checked in for the Hornets. Dwayne Bacon comes in for Terry Rozier. They get it back. Zeller. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Fast break now for Charlotte. Bridges leading the charge.
Just a high-energy player. And Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
That shot, no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami. Passes it to Washington. Here's Bacon. Covered by Bamba. Pass to Washington. And another three for Charlotte.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Magic trail by 9. Fultz with the ball. 14 points from him the last game against Chicago.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Boy, when he's going to the rack, he has his height set on jamming it down, Kevin. Tenacious throwdown by Fultz.
And good that time.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Birch. There's the dish to Bamba. And it's blocked. They recover it. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. There's Bacon. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Now, here's Fultz. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Goes up on the wing. And the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Hornets.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
We've got Cody Zeller. Bridges out there with Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 2. So that's who Charlotte starts the second with. From the top of the key, he buries it. Bacon's got the lead up to 13 now for the Hornets.
Boy, he could have taken himself, but he went from good, better to best in getting the shot for his teammate.
Fultz kicks to Ross. Orlando moving the ball around. Now Bamba. No points in the game yet for him.
Tell you what, time is moving on now. When you think about Nick Batum has been in the league a decade now. Wow. Throughout his career, this guy's been consistent in terms of his versatility and production.
And it's Graham missing. The Magic trail by 13. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fella.
Ross with the steal. One-on-one fast break. Here's Birch. Batum grabs the miss.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And with Batum, Clark, that versatility is what makes him so great.
Well, you know, if you need him to score, he can. If you need him to create and rebound, he can do that too. He's just a very versatile player. It seems like every season Batum is able to plug in and play a different role and do it at a high level.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And it's Carter Williams with the ball for Orlando. Down by 15. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
Remarkable consistency from deep. You can't count on that every game, especially on the road.
Yeah, you know, the defense had no answer for him. To do that kind of damage on the road, impressive.
And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Hornets leading by 15. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And the basket by Rozier.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Hornets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now here is Augustine. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago.
And you talk about the best defensive head coaches in the league. Steve Clifford has to be on that short list.
I would agree with you, partner. I mean, his teams play hard, they play smart, they play with discipline, and that usually is a reflection of the coach, and a good one.
Here's Vucevic following the bucket by the Hornets. Here's Gordon. Sinks that one from the post. Gordon's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, you've got to give Gordon the ball when he's down inside. I mean, he can really score it in there.
Rozier, the pass to Biombo. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That one on Vucevic. Washington's checked in for Zeller. For Charlotte, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Ennis in the corner. Right side, Gordon. Over Washington. And Gordon gets it to go in on the assist by Ennis. 6 points for Aaron Gordon.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Rozier. And that one is stuffed right through.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Augustine passes to Ennis. And he makes good on the layup. Ennis has got his second bucket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position. Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shot for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets controlling the game and finishing the quarter with
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Charlotte in control. They are in blowout territory. And that's...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Nice game. Great performance by Terry Rozier.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ennis in at the 3, the small forward.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Wayne Bacon's checked in for Terry Rozier. Here's Graham. Gambo trying to break free, and it's Graham missing. The Magic trail by 20. Puts one up from 19. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Augustine's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Magic.
You know, you talk about the explosive athletes in the NBA, the most explosive athletes. I would think Aaron Gordon has to be on your list. I mean, this guy has great feet, tremendous speed, and he puts both to use on both ends of the floor.
Fournier dishes to Vucevic. Outside Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And Gordon's eyebrows go up when he sees an opportunity to drop the hammer. This guy is a phenomenal athlete who throws it down with some major force.
Here's Biyombo. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the athleticism is obvious for Gordon, but he continues, Clark, to still work on his skill game.
I love the fact that he's continuing to improve. He's grown as a shooter and a playmaker. He's always been a pretty good ball handler and passer, and we really forget how young he is, man. This guy still has a lot of room to grow.
For 3, Fournier drills it from outside.
That's Fournier's specialty, the long-distance bomb that really hand-ties defenses.
Bacon's shot is off.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
To the paint, here's Gordon. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. The Magic also changing it up. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Ennis. Terrence Ross comes in for Evan Fournier. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine. Nice shot there by Bamba.
When you look at Bamba, he has extraordinary length. And because of that, he's able to finish over most defenders.
And Bamba comes to help. And Zeller kicks to Monk. And again, unable to change momentum here. The Magic trail by 12. A minute 50 left here in the third quarter. Pass to Ross. It's stolen by Monk. It's deflected. Stolen by Bamba. Here's Ross. Offensive rebound. Tries to save it. And the turnover again by Orlando.
And taking a look at some numbers for Vucevic. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. Averaging 21 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, you know that he can put points up in a hurry, and he leads this team in scoring.
Yeah, you know, I think he's got a great sense.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
Guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Rozier against Gordon. And the pass to Graham. 6 to shoot. Outside for Batum. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Magic trail by 14. Fultz the pass to Gordon. The Magic again can't hit. The Hornets have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fades away. Up again. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. The 3 buries the long-range jumper. Gordon's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, got to be impressed with Gordon. I mean, showing a real understanding and feel for when to fire off the dribble.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Hornets lead by 13.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Hornets lead by 13. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Then it's Bridges. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Graham in at the shooting guard. So that's the lineup for Charlotte.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Passes it to Zeller. Clark, we're seeing a lot of shooters drawing contact. They have that art form down. They know exactly what to do and how to position their bodies, don't they?
Yeah, you really do, Kevin. And I don't know if anybody's any better than James Harden, in part because he's so skilled with the ball, but he's a really thick, strong, agile guard, which makes him hard to defend without fouling him. And he's really developed that ability to seek contact in a legal manner. And I don't think anybody does it any better than him.
You just can't teach that size. Bridges has the wingspan, those broad shoulders, just a tremendous rebounder for a wing.
Tell you what, guys, this has clearly been his half. When he's getting to his spots, shooting the ball with confidence, excellent turnaround for him.
Here's Graham. He gets it in there. And the Hornets lead by 15. And Vucevic has got the ball here for the Magic. Gordon, the pass to Vucevic. Lays it up off the glass. Vucevic has got his first bucket in this one.
Superb body control by Vucevic. Bouncing off the defense and burying the shot.
Bridges shot. Good.
They've been going to him an awful lot this game, and you can see why. He's pouring it on.
Outside Fournier. Pass to Vucevic. Back to Fournier. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
An excellent example of concentration there from Fournier. Did a nice job under pressure keeping his balance.
Biyombo is checked in for the Hornets. And a change for the Magic. Ennis is checked in. Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And here is Rozier. Fader on the way. And he overshot that one, missing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Good on that shot. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Fournier. Here's Grant. He's guarded by Fournier. Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. Bridges kicks to Rozier. Feeds it to Biyombo. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
Biyombo showing off his agility off the screen. It's not easy to set that hard screen and then roll with purpose and effectiveness, but he does.
And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Charlotte leading by 12. Here's Graham. Makes it off the glass.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Augustine looking around. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
No higher percentage shot than that, guys. You love seeing Vucevic finish at the rim like that. Excellent aggressiveness there.
Here's Graham. He's guarded by Fournier. The kick out to Rozier. Bridges against Fournier. Bridges, no one around him. They get it again. Biyombo. That's good.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Hornets.
The key here, guys, was second chance points.
They pounded the offensive glass and won the scrambles for loose balls, giving them plenty of added opportunity.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Cody Zeller.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many more.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Here's a 1-2. It's blocked. And they go to the intentional foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this game is over, and they're the only ones who don't realize that.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. From deep three-point range, and the miss. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really